Cut their schedule. It's snowing, go out there skiing, they all come back off Brooklyn. Last 2, 3 days of the year. And then you got the teachers. Oh, so I raised 2 times, you know what?
Yeah.
They were going and leaving me out there, you know. So
Yeah.
I just come back and raise
So
them.
that we did that well.
And then make the decision on
Did you talk to her about it?
not to make everybody make their own decision.
Can't do that, yeah. Because people mess it all up, and before you know it, you gotta clean it up.
Yeah. And then you have to look at what happened. But then you not make the decision. That's why you didn't make the decision. You know, they do good when you give them the opportunity. Don't give them too much.
Yeah.
You never get that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be apple card and just you gotta get it. Do what y'all think about this. You come on.
But I also believe it's the principal responsibility of the school,
Yeah.
right? But also under the guidance of the district.
That's right. You know, got that.
That's my sister-in-law.
Coming along pretty good, man. Just come out the road.
Huh?
Just come out the street. You know, see, find that little girl.
Oh,
The meeting will come to order. We'll start with the roll call of members.
Ms. Barra,
Here.
Mr. Beck,
Here.
Ms. Duga,
Here.
Ms. Fletcher Mickens,
here.
Mr. Lewis,
Here.
Mr. Marr,
Here.
Ms. Orso,
Here,
Mr. Robertson,
Yeah.
Mr. Washington.
Here.
Next, we'll have the reading of the school board prayer, followed by the pledge of allegiance by Vice President John Beck. Heavenly Father, we ask for your guidance, wisdom, and support as we conduct this meeting. Lord, help us to engage in meaningful discussion, allow us to grow closer as a group, and nurture the bonds of community. Fill us with your grace as we make decisions that will affect the students, staff, and faculties of this district, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today and all that we accomplish is for the pursuit of truth, for the greater glory of you, and for the service of humanity. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the
Flag
flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I need a motion to adopt the agenda.
So move.
Moved by Ms. Cooney, second by Mr. Robinson. All in favor? Any opposed? Next, the consent agenda, approved minutes of September 2nd, 2020, school board meeting.
So move. Second.
Moved by Mr. Beck, second by Mr. Washington. All in favor? Any opposed? Under reports and recognition, receive administrative personnel report. This should be a paper in our folders.
Personnel report should be in your package for review only, not for discussion.
All right. Superintendent, next, B, Superintendent's 90-day plan update.
In your packet, I provided you with just a brief description or overview of my 90-day transition plan. And right now, I'm in the first 30 days of that plan, which is basically the look, listen, and learn tour. So right now, I'm visiting classrooms, meeting with employees, and also community members, just being very observant, but also listening to our employees and our community members, and also learning from them. So that is the stage that I'm in right now. Also, I'm meeting with our central office staff, as well as other board members and principals during this period of time. Any questions?
All right, thank you, Superintendent, for that information. Next, policy and procedure. Receive information on 2021 board meeting schedule.
The new dates have been in your packet. I'd like to review those.
Any questions about this discussion about the schedule for meetings?
I don't,
I didn't see
it's
anything.
not in the packet.
It's on the, it's
on your
on
computer.
board docs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Board doc.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything that was different than other years, so.
Is it possible y'all could email it to us too?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Next, approved personnel evaluation program. I need a motion.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Lewis, second by Mr. Meyer. Mr. Claybon?
This is the plan that we normally put in every year. This is just a reflection of Bulletin 130. The state does require that we create it's a program, it's an evaluation program of how we do intensive assistance, who evaluates who's evaluating by job title. It's something you approve every year. At the end of this meeting, once it is approved, the superintendent and the board president signs that program, and we post it up for the public to see. But it is a requirement from the State Department. But again, it is just a simple reflection of Bulletin 130. There are no changes in Bulletin 130, so really it's almost identical to what last year's, with just change of dates.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, under budget, receive August 2020 sales and use tax report. Ms. Randall?
Good evening, Superintendent and board members.
You know,
The sales and use tax report for the month of August is as follows. We processed a total of a total of 1,926 returns. The total receipts was $890,546.60. That was a 4% decrease. The school board received $442,879.73. The 92 bond fund received $88,576.89. The delinquent rate for the month was 8%. We did not have any audit revenues, and the auto sales for the month was $221,415.35. Thank you.
Ms. Randall, 1 minute, please. So I know you have since relinquished your title as interim superintendent. Do recall that with that came a price tag of what, 100 and something per month,
148 a day.
148 a day, which was the difference between your rate and outgoing superintendent rate.
Right, excluding travel. Correct.
I'm sure that amount has been rescinded since.
Yes, it ended September 4th, whatever was the official last day, whenever Mr. McCollum's board that has the prior approval that you all gave.
Okay, thank you
And I
much.
think there was, just for the record, there was some approval during that conversation that if school went into session, it could go up because of the travel, but that was never requested by me. And then y'all also approved for cell phone that has not, that wasn't paid or received either, just for your information.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you much. Appreciate it, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Iron.
All right. Before we adjourn, I think the superintendent has some information on phase 3 and those students coming back to school that are requested, so.
As you are aware, the governor announced that we're now in phase 3, which means we are now at face-to-face. 100% of our students who are not virtual are face-to-face on all of our campuses. We still have our virtual academy, so our students who are virtual are virtual. Some of the highlights, major changes, we moved from 50% capacity on our school buses to 75% capacity. 50 people in the group versus 25. Band practices, we cannot have our singing or our wind instruments played inside, have to be played outside. Also 25%, this is new, and this is a conversation that our Louisiana High School Athletic Association is having along with our principals, but we are at 25% capacity as far as attendees to our athletic events. This is all for all non-essential attendees, meaning anyone in the stands. So our essential personnel would be like our coaches, our athletes, our trainers, things of that nature.
25%, you said?
25% capacity. Yes. And it changed, but now the state is saying 25% capacity, and they're gonna give us more guidance on this. But right now, the Louisiana High School Athletic Association Commissioner said that, hey, please bear with us at this time, and we are asking you guys to only operate at 25% capacity as far as attendees are concerned.
Right.
Any questions as it relates to the major changes according to phase 3?
Yeah, virtual, you said that they still have a choice to do virtual learning and coming to school?
Yes, our students still who are virtual still have the option to
Be virtual, so
yes.
they don't have to go back to school?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that was my question.
So I have a question. Jessica. Hello. Listen, based on what the superintendent just gave us, assuming that the football program resume, October 2nd, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, so I'm sure you have made some preparation as far as the attendance in the stand and seating arrangement?
Okay, so 25% capacity of the football stadium is 1,000. It's a 4,000
Right.
capacity stadium. What we are doing is we're waiting. Yesterday at 2 o'clock, we got an email from the LHSAA saying that it will be 24 to 48 hours before we receive more specific guidelines for our sporting events. So it's 24 hours, so I'm hoping within the next 24 hours we'll have that. Coach Acosta and I will meet with the rest of the administrators and the head coaches at that point. We are also meeting on Friday morning at 8 a.m. with the District 848 principals and athletic directors. Because as an athletic district, we try to do things in sync. So we try to determine like what percentage we're gonna give to visitors, what percentage, what it's gonna look like.
Right.
Bands gonna travel everywhere we go to set up guidelines that everybody's kind of doing the same thing. You know how we like to do it where it's not one pushing one thing and all the rest doing something else.
Right.
So we are having all these guidelines set up. I met with Mr. Bartholomew and we discussed that we're going to do online ticket sales to the best of our ability, which also limits our capacity. Like we can set where we sold out, we can set so many per each athlete. So every football player, every dance team member, every cheerleader can get 2 tickets assigned to their account, and then you can set some for public sales and some for your visitors,
Right.
which will help us to do it. At one point, I know Mr. Preston and I talked today that in St. James, they're doing, if at a certain point, the athletes, people haven't bought the tickets, they just get dumped into the public sales to where we're not sitting there with 100 people wanting to get in and we got 200 tickets that didn't get sold because
Right.
they were allocated to different people. So we'll keep, I guess, they believe in the stash.
Yeah.
Like if it looks like the visiting team's not buying but 50% of what they have, we're gonna dump it into our public. Everything extra will go into our public sales.
Okay.
And then you'll have, people will have to bring their ID and we'll have a list of tickets. And they can also show their receipt on their phone or they can print it out.
Okay.
And it's also to limit cash exchange.
Yeah. Good.
So
All right, no.
we worked and we got an inter-squad scrimmage on Friday. Here, just our team, offensive defense, and then next Friday at Central Foods is the scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
Official scrimmage and next week is for Sunday.
Oh, we're going back to Central Food, huh?
Going back to Central Foods, we decided to go there instead of having to come here and then the field was wet.
Yeah.
Since we have a home game and first week and they have turkey. So just made more sense to go over there since we won't mess up the field. And that was wet.
I bet it's hard to imagine having to change a football coach and a basketball all in the same year. Huh? But you're gonna get there.
So, hey, say baby, so volleyball is the same, that's the same thing?
Volleyball
Because
is
it's
also
indoor.
at its current 25% capacity, and I just sent the numbers to Mr. Preston. I think it's about roughly around 160 in the stands. Now that does not include the team, the players, the official personnel on the court. It's not included in the 25% capacity. So your players, your officials, your coaches, the administrators that are on duty are not included in the 25% capacity. We also talked about having to keep, maybe not
put all slots, all seats on sale, because you have to keep some reserved for like, people with, passes or LHSAA coaching cards, so to get them in, you kind of have to do a little bit different things. So, but volleyball will start, we don't have a home game this week. They actually have a meeting happening tonight and be like tomorrow. And then I think New Orleans on Saturday. So they have another home game next week. So by then, we'll have everything mapped out for them to be able to come and have 25% capacity.
You have a date set for when you're targeting to see a basketball coach?
It's gonna be open to play long tomorrow, in 2 weeks. We're gonna advertise in 2 weeks.
Okay.
We're gonna advertise in 2 weeks. So,
Jack, we just
So
got to
right
get
now-
here early, Jack.
There's nobody now. Huh? He had an assistant, huh?
yes, sir, but, a head coach
Has to
for
be.
certain sports has to be a full-time employee certified.
I understand that.
And
Yeah.
basketball is one of them, and his assistant coach is not. His assistant coach is CECP.
Mhm.
So right now, the basketball team is just, I mean, I think they practice at the same time, but
They only
it all,
practice at 7th hour right now
Right.
because that's just during that PE class. So there wasn't, it was more conditioning going on than actual
Okay.
basketball practice right now. So their practices actually start in end of October, beginning of November.
so the schedule is the same?
12th of October.
The scheduling is the same, basketball season will start, when it normally starts, you don't know, okay.
I'm hoping when LHSAA gives us the guidance in a couple, like in a day or so, that we'll have some information on that, but right now, they seem to be taking it sport by sport, so they're only focusing on the in-season sports right now, which is ball sports. So as far as if there are any changes to that calendar, we won't know that until LHSAA makes it.
I don't know, while we're talking about athletics, I don't know if y'all saw the news, but a football player from Denham Springs, young man, had a heat stroke. I don't know, they said he was not doing well. So as a board, I think we should keep him in our thoughts and prayers, and all athletes, and coaches have to be mindful, but, just keeping that in our hearts and letting know that things can happen.
Absolutely, and the spring is actually on our schedule. There are 7 games.
Oh, we got them again this year? They coming over here?
Yes, sir.
Jessica, have y'all considered televising some of the games?
We have been, I actually have been sitting up there for the home volleyball game and doing Facebook Live for the volleyball game. Now, to televise it is a totally different concept. We either have to have a YouTube channel to be able to do that, or they do have some networks, but of course it comes at a fee. And at this time, we don't think that the sports are still having to incur expenses without paying the amount of fans in the stand. Officials, bus transportation, things like that. So the cost of like an NHS to come in and set up cameras and run the filming is a good bit, considering the little bit of kickback we get for the fee that, and people have to pay a fee to watch
Right,
it.
to watch it.
So we just kind of been live streaming it ourselves. Volleyball, we've been doing through the volleyball page, and I'm sure football, we may end up doing, something like that. If it's sold out, if it's not sold out, volleyball, we didn't have anybody.
Right.
The first couple of games, we couldn't allow.
Anything's better than nothing.
Absolutely. I hooked up my computer to my big screen TV when they're away, and I just go and my whole family watching.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Thibodeau. Testing update, just real quick. ACT testing, we will have ACT testing in October. For the students that did not take the ACT test in March due to the suspension of school, and did not take the test in June. This is free of charge if those students did not take the test in March or June. So we have another opportunity for those students to take the ACT test. Also, our LEAP 2025 assessment has been pushed back. The paper-based, the computer-based for 5 through 8 have been pushed back for 4 weeks. So the new date is April 26th versus March 29th. And then grades 3 and 4 paper-based have been moved 1 week later. So instead of April 21st, now we're starting April 28th. So those are some testing updates as well as some athletic updates that we received. So I just wanted to share that with everyone.
Okay.
Has the state said anything about us making up days? Are we gonna have to make up any days or?
Yes, we are in the process of calculating the minutes, so we can look at what days we can propose to the employees to see what we're gonna do as far as making up days. The goal is to make up as many days as we possibly can in the fall semester, because we don't want the fall semester to have, the spring semester to have more days than the fall. So it's best to always make up those days in the semester in which we lost those. So
Right.
we are working on that now. It's gonna be a quick turnaround, so you shall get something real soon on that.
Good thing.
Just another comment. We are amazing, and I think we have to pay tribute to our staff with the plan that we had, and a moving target and starting school, preparing for what we are dealing with the pandemic, and we still have many unknowns, and it's a moving target. But overall, with the things that we have a challenge with, overall, I think things are moving along as best as possible. And certainly we have to make sure and ask that our parents, our students, our community is ongoing communication so that they can understand what's happening. So far, I've had the communications I've received is that under the circumstances, things have been moving along fairly well with the challenges and transportation and students and what have you. And of course, the bottom line is the curriculum and how much learning can happen with the virtual versus in person. So we just have to continue to do that. And thus far, I would say job well done to our entire faculty, staff, and team, and our board. I think you're doing very good in communicating with us, and that's a good beginning and a good foundation to build upon.
Our number of COVID cases, has it increased, stabilized, or what? The jump?
Report on COVID cases.
The COVID cases.
COVID cases, report, any update? Mr. Damien?
We have, off the top of my head, 7 adults, and most of those have been treated and have returned back to work. Okay. And we have a total of 3 students. Now, we have had some virtual students, but those are reported, like you normally report, right. The employees and students that's in.
Okay.
So that's the same number that you report.
Okay.
Right.
An increase.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And also, I would like to say that the information that we're receiving across the state is that the protocols that we have in place is actually preventing the spread of any COVID-19 on campuses. So we're doing a phenomenal job as a district and other districts as well in stopping the spread because of the protocols you have established and you have in place. So I just want to make sure that our parents and everyone really understands that we're doing extremely well when it comes to following the protocols. So thank you for that.
All right, thank you, Superintendent. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the staff for showing up. I see y'all every other week out there. Y'all give y'all time. And thanks to Mr. Narcan for all his hard work with the technology portion. If there's no further business,
I make the motion to adjourn.
have a motion by Ms. Dugas, second by Ms. Corso. All in favor?
All right.
No opposed.
Thank you very much.